Welcome to the session on IT-OT convergence in the process industry. My name is Claudius Link and I am the Senior Vice President for Engineering of Manufacturing and Industrial IoT at SAP. Today I would like to outline opportunities we see by applying the frameworks and principles of OPC in your business operations, which are supported by SAP and embedded in its solution portfolio. Let me briefly reflect on the business needs. Businesses are realizing they need to optimize end-to-end business processes along their entire supply chains. Speeding up product development cycles and reducing the time from formulation to consumption, they face questions like, how can we deliver individualized products with smaller batch sizes at the cost of mass production? How can I predict and react on unforeseen changes, may it be demand or supply variations, or operational issues like unplanned machine downtimes? How can I reduce the setup and cleaning times to be able to quickly change my line setup? Those questions and challenges are on top of mind of almost every business executive while being under pressure to increase productivity, reduce cost, deliver higher quality, and ensure safety, sustainability with lowest carbon footprint and compliance of operations. To address those challenges, flexible production systems are required, which are seamlessly integrated and synchronized with the end-to-end supply chain processes. There are several dimensions which need to be considered to address those challenges, but at the core are production and logistics operations, which need to be optimized to achieve these goals. One of the levers are new levels of information to synchronize business processes and real operations. With OPCUA framework, IT and OT systems become more easily accessible at scale and become the source of significant new sets of information. This is opening endless opportunities to optimize existing processes and eventually allows you to enter into new business opportunities. The key is to bring IT and OT systems closer together. We call it the IT-OT convergence. What do we mean by that? When we talk about IT-OT convergence, this is not about IT taking over OT, nor vice versa. It is about how do I get data and information from my real-world operations available in OT systems to decision makers which are supported by IT systems. And how can I close the loop from the decision back to the operations to execute on those decisions swiftly? Synchronizing real-time event-driven data from actuators, sensors, systems with decision support and information systems sounds easier than done. With OPC technologies, you find an open framework, allowing you to exchange information across systems and platforms. With this standard communication, bidirectional, secure connectivity to equipments becomes easy and affordable. Budgets and time can be better spent to increase insight and productivity. With standardized communication, implementations become scalable and solutions can be deployed globally. The standardization of communication and security protocol is one critical part of the framework. It also provides a number of specifications, a set of information models addressing a wide range of application domains, ranging from field bus, asset administration shell, to enterprise information models. With those initiatives, the interoperability will become easier and both systems engineering and automation of processes becomes faster. The orchestration and monitoring of systems is less custom and more affordable. Now, If we bring IT and OT systems closer together, the systems of operations can be connected with the end-to-end business processes in the system of information, from ideation and formulation to consumption. So, with the SAP system, we bring industry domain and business knowledge into the mix. With those new levels of information, you will be able to optimize the entire value chain. Let me give you a couple of examples. Speeding up product and process development cycles. Imagine, production processes can be adjusted and quickly reconfigured. Smaller batch sizes will be possible due to lower setup cost with more flexible production processes. Decreased cycle times ensures batch runs are more effective and predictable. Quickly responding to unforeseen changes with real-time information enables a synchronized supply chain management. A digital twin of the production process can be subscribed, and thereby alerts and events can trigger automatically rescheduling activities. Increase the productivity of the production process by getting more transparency into the production process, which drives ultimately the overall equipment effectiveness. This is done by getting insights about the process and quality of the production process. Predictive models allow businesses to reduce scrap and increase yield. Models can be trained to assess in-process quality criteria and process parameters. Preventive actions can be triggered to avoid quality issues and downtimes. Smart sensing of both the production process and the work product does ultimately connect the physical product flow to the supply chain processes. This does not only simplify logistics, but it ensures full traceability of the process, supporting regulatory requirements. Finally, the utilization of high-cost operating assets can be maximized while reducing service and maintenance cost. Combining OT data and maintenance information is generating insights for maintenance professionals and allows to define support and maintenance strategies. Eventually, information can be shared with business partners. All of this is more easily done by standardization of communications and information models, combined with state-of-the-art, data-driven business processes. Common semantics and modeling of the physical world are critical for that. Therefore, an enterprise asset model, which is synchronized with your ERP system, serves as a cornerstone to define the business-critical information, but also the connectivity and services provided by each asset. The asset administration shell and companion specifications are the basis for common semantics and efficient onboarding. SAP Edge services are providing connectivity and distributed intelligence. An open connectivity framework supported by OPCUA client and server architecture allows you to connect to almost any asset, collecting data using the edge, pre-processing, aggregating and synchronizing data with the cloud becomes the norm. Decentral intelligence and applications on the edge to monitor, trigger and execute processes, rules, actions and events support you to detect anomalies and trigger alarms. All of those new information sets flow into an application platform for digital operations management, covering all of your mission-critical processes. The platform is hyperscaler agnostic, and big data lakes combined with machine learning and artificial intelligence deliver new levels of decision support. SAP is taking the business process transformation and standardization to its next level by unlocking the power of connected IT and OT systems. In the following short demo, we would like to give you a glimpse of what can be done.
Hello, my name is Fritz. I'm working as a product manager at SAP. I have also a role in the OPC Foundation supporting the board, coming from the marketing consulting board. But today I'm talking to you as SAP member, and I would like to show you the so-called EvoMix behind me. So no worries, the EvoMix is just the working title of this little demonstrator. For sure, in your process industry, in your home factory, it looks certainly much more impressive, broader, bigger, and so on. But it's all about the principle. And as you see, we have a lot of elements which you also recognize in your real-life environment. Double-seated valves, for example, tons of different sensors. We have various tanks which should represent different liquids that have to be mixed. But certainly this is all just about mock-up, and we are not really mixing real liquids. But on the other hand, it's with regard to the automation exactly as you would have in real life. So behind there is the logic controller and the complete communication between our SAP world, the IT world, and the automation runs over OPCUA. So maybe a quick demo here on the other side of my screen. You see here a classical SAP environment where we would say, for example, let's create a new production order, a new process order. And as I said, it's all about a little bit mock-up, but the principle behind that we communicate between the IT world and the automation via OPCUA is built in, and that's no mock-up. So all the architecture, the layering is like it would be in real life. It just certainly is that nobody produces with this dummy machine called EvoMix. Let's assume we want to create a new order. This is our example how to create a recipe based on red, green and blue color, because we certainly do it just via lights, via little LED lights. But let's imagine our products that we have to produce consists of 3 recipe elements, which is based on colors here, a color picker, and I say let's assume we want to produce these bluish liquids. We can't forget about this premix phase. It's another element of our demo. It's all about weigh and dispense, story and so on, but it shall be here just a quick demo. Maybe as you see, I've prepared a little bit like in a good cooking show. It's the OPC Foundation Rocks order, and now I'm starting to save this production order in our IT environment, in our SAP manufacturing execution environment. And okay, this process order is created. This is certainly still in the IT world, no connection to the automation right now. But as soon as I say I want to start this order, the first thing that happens is we have built in, just for the principle, check quality management means we are really taking measurement values from the EvoMix. So we have there, for example, conductivity, temperature, density, all done with this huge flow meter over there. This is live data which comes from the automation layer, from the sensors, via OPCUA into our manufacturing environment, and say, okay, this is actually the measured values. Now let's say I'm the specialist, I am fine with these values, I just confirm, yes, my order can start with this data. And now this recipe transfer happens. So via OPCUA from our manufacturing execution down to the automation, we transfer the exactly chosen values from our order. And as you see, it's starting really the mixing process. Certainly just some bubbling water. But on the other hand, you can see valves open. Valves open according to the ratio. So how much green, how much blue, how much red do we have inside? Certainly this opening and closing of the valves, this is nothing that the SAP software is doing. That happens inside the logic controller. But the logic controller inherits and receives the recipe information and permanently interacts with the SAP software with regards to the confirmation information. Right? So my order is now in a few seconds done. We can now consider this communication from sensors to SAP, but also from SAP down to the automation layer and saying, please, dear automation layer, start mixing. As I said, it's just a dummy. If you follow this process, it runs about 30 seconds. You will see on my screen that we also get the order done confirmation from the automation into the SAP world. From there on, we could tell a lot of additional stories like putting the measured value, the as-is information into a blockchain, like doing the complete order management until fulfillment, so until shipment to the customer and so on. But the main message for this very short demo is what you have seen here. I've created a process order, an individual order-specific recipe, which is all management tracked and traced inside the IT world, was now transferred to the OT world without any intermediate layers. So it was directly from the SAP software down to the logic controller, and this works thanks to OPC Unified Architecture. Thanks for listening. That was my short track on showing the so-called EvoMix. There are additional sessions, and if you need additional information and would like to see the whole life story from mixing down to order fulfillment and shipping, just contact us. We are happy to present this demo to you. Thanks and bye-bye.
Let me summarize the key takeaways. The modular production in the process industry is still in its early stages, but more and more providers of industrial equipment and operators realize the benefits of open standards and communication protocols. Nevertheless, the global and competitive pressure to become more flexible, supporting sustainable, and all of this in a profitable way is increasing. The digital transformation of the process industry is picking up speed, and it is time to standardize and scale those initiatives. With OPCUA, the standard for open communication in the OT world, and SAP as the leading standard business process platform, you find the right framework and solution set for your next generation digital operations management. Thank you very much.